Let's be honest. If your LinkedIn profile reads like a resume, you ain't prospecting, you are hiding. In B2B sales, your LinkedIn profile is your first discovery call. And today I'm going to tell you why and specifically how to fix it. Check it out. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist Podcast. I'm your host, Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist. And I'm so excited for another great episode. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. As you know, I'm a big fan of LinkedIn. I like using LinkedIn. LinkedIn makes me money. And I hope that I can give you some ideas that can help you make money as well. If this is your first time listening to my podcast or watching one of our videos, please subscribe and I'll make sure to notify you every time we drop a new piece of content. Today is one of those golden gems that I'm just going to go to market. You should be paying me for this episode, but I get it. I'm just giving you out free content here, so check it out. But if you do want to learn deeper how to utilize LinkedIn, I do have a LinkedIn prospecting course. You can find details down below. This program, we guarantee that you will be getting at least 3 appointments per week using LinkedIn. That's just the bare minimum. But let me give you some secrets on the strategy. Here's what I want you to understand. When it comes to LinkedIn, your profile is your first discovery call. I talked about that in the teaser. But if you think about this, everyone is going to find you. Here's what happened with most salespeople. They send out a slew of messages. They go on Navigator to build a list, and they just feel that this is like, I don't know, a kid in a candy store, for goodness sake. I want to just eat everything. So you're going to send a message out to everyone and their mom, not understanding that there are other people out there doing the same exact thing they're doing, and they don't like it. But what just let's pretend. Let's just say of the 10 messages you send through, let's say 100 messages you send out, you get 10 people to come back to your profile. Those 10 people, what are they going to see? And let's say you did send a really remarkable DM and it actually turned into a really good, somebody that was actually in the market and they were interested and they came to your profile. What do they see? Your profile needs to be a lead generating tool. It needs to attract them. They need to see it and within 5 seconds know what you have to offer. And I'm going to give you the first thing that people make a mistake with, and that's the banner off their LinkedIn profile. It is free real estate, for goodness sakes. Think about this. If I land on your profile and I see just a blank thing, not even a template, not even your company logo, instantly I'm like, this person don't care about jack diddly squat. They're out here just spamming people. But if I go to your profile, you sent me this amazing DM, and I actually am in market, and your profile tells me that, just right on the banner, I help coaches make money with LinkedIn. Well, then in my mind, I'm like, this guy clearly has branded himself towards that. I have interest. You want, when people look at your profile, that they keep going to the next area. And when you do that on LinkedIn, the next area underneath your banner is your picture, of course. You want to make sure that's good. And if you have a hard to pronounce name like Donald Kelly, use their name pronunciation feature. Obviously, my name is not difficult to spell or to pronounce. But if you use that name pronunciation tool, it's a free asset to have people to just hear your name and hear you talk. Mine, if you go click on it, I'm not going to tell you what it says. Go to my LinkedIn profile and click on it, and you see how I utilize it. I'll give you a hint. I tell people what I can give them in a few seconds. You have 10 seconds to say your name on that platform. You listen to what I did and with mine and see if you can borrow that and use it. By far, you can do it. But the next component is then that headline. They're going to want to know, what do you do? So on my banner, you have an explanation of what you do. On your headline, that first major line next to your name, you want to tell them what you do as well in a succinct sentence. Here's one thing that I would recommend that you take a peek at. Now, when you have that part set up, the next thing you want to do is to make sure that your About Me section and that headline tie together. Let's say that I'm reaching out. Most of my clients are in the SaaS world or software world. So I might say something to the nature of, I help SaaS companies shorten their sales cycle by 45%. Now, that's going to grab your attention right off the bat in my heading of my heading next to my name. I don't need to tell you my title. That stuff you can see down below. But here's the other piece that, if you look at mine is a credibility builder. I have been recognized by Salesforce, LinkedIn, and HubSpot. So in that, I put that because I'm trying to show you that I'm the boss, right, for my category. So you're going to automatically see that credibility builder. But most of you don't necessarily need that. Just tell us exactly what you do. I help manufacturing companies reduce downtime by 15%. Whatever that thing is you do, put it there in that part. The next section that you want to do is your About Me section. Your About Me section shouldn't be about you. And I know it sounds crazy. It should be about the problems that you solve for that ideal customer. Because again, I'm landing on your profile, and I'm not recruiter. I'm landing on your profile, and I'm looking and seeing what you can do for me, because your message was just it was so intriguing. Now, everybody won't necessarily read the about me section, but at least at the very beginning, the first paragraph or two, can you tell me a little bit about what problems you solve? You can talk about how you do it. You can include stories about your client, but that about me section should be about the problems you solve for me and utilize your client testimonial. Now, here's another secret in that positioning step. Right above that, right below that, you have a section where you can put like a highlighted post. This is where you can put some video clips. LinkedIn allows video nowadays. So you can just go ahead and do a simple video, introduce yourself, put a video there, or maybe it's a video. Like for me, I made a post. I'm not just a sales guy, because I wanted people to understand there's more to depth to me than just a sales trainer, or even just a sales guy, or a guy who spills water on his table while he's recording a podcast. And you know what? We're going to keep going, because this is straight fire, and this water ain't putting it out. Literally, it's not, but I'm wet. So let's keep going. So the next component with it, so with that area, you can put highlight a post, or you can take an audio clip. Maybe your company has some really big celebrity name that did an ad or did something on Insta or TikTok. Take that video and put it right there. It just helps to build credibility. Or again, if you introducing yourself, or you talking about a problem that you solve, or you just had a video highlighting a problem that your ICP has. So go back to let's go back to something different. Say I'm in a bookkeeping world. I sell software comparable to QuickBooks. Maybe I can talk about the top 5 mistakes people make when it comes to April 15th. For those outside the US, that's tax filing day. Or how to extend your filing, how to get an extension without getting in trouble with the IRS. Well, that's a video that my ICP might be interested in. So I'm going to put that video right there, because it may be a popular topic. So you're positioning yourself from the top with your banner, then your beautiful picture, not something from your cousin's wedding. Then you have your headline, and then you also have this about me section. That's a storytelling about the problem you solve for me. And then you have these wonderful clips that you're highlighting to show credibility and also the value. That has positioned you right off the bat as someone that can solve my problem, and I am intrigued. So now let's go to the next part. What do we do after that? Now that you have amazing profile, step number 2 is targeting the right prospect. Now, when you think about it, when it comes to LinkedIn, there are millions of people, billions of people on a platform that you could go after. And this is where people make mistakes. They'll send DM messages to everyone that looks like their ICP. What I want you to do is I want you to focus on the right people and focus a targeted list. You can use Navigator. And if you have not utilized my free Navigator, Navigator typically gives you a 3-month trial. But I have worked with LinkedIn for years, and I have a 60-day trial. You've heard it on the episodes, but you can do a 60-day free trial. Go to linkedin.com/TSE, linkedin.com/TSE. Link is down here as well. And you can get a 60-day trial. And this allows for you 30 more days to practice with the platform without paying. Now, the thing that I want you to do is you can build micro list. I want you to build micro list of your ICP, and I want you to be able to build that out maybe for different types of people within that type of organization you go to. So let's go back to, let's say, the QuickBooks example, the software. Well, it's going to be the CFO and maybe the CEO for the small companies. But instead of me trying to get all of those individuals in one list, what if I broke it down for my CEO list and my CFO list, and then I also have the COO list? But I have 3 different groups of people within organizations that I'm going for. And I can use that targeted list to make my messaging when I'm focusing on CEOs, or I'm focusing on CFOs, or I'm focusing on COOs. All of those, they each have different types of problems when it comes to the accounting software, but it's important that I make sure I keep my messaging succinct towards those people as I do micro outreach to them. That's the biggest component. You can make a list of 1,000 people, but you and I both know you're not going to get to all 1,000 people. And what you're actually going to do with those 1,000 people, you're going to spam them. And that's not cool. You need to make sure that your list is smaller. And I've talked about this on other episodes when it comes to prospecting, but you need to make sure that list is focused. You do that, money in the bank all the time. Now, the third step is to engage. Most people at this point, they feel like, I have a list of people, Donald. I want to just go out and I want to blast all of them to set up an appointment. The more appointments or requests I can send out, the more messages I send out, the higher chance I'm going to have of actually getting some deals. And yes, that is true to some extent, but you know what? You're going to burn your profile. The more people that hit you as spam, the more likely you are to get blacklisted on LinkedIn. So you go and do the math, what you want to do. I don't feel to do that way. I've done it, made mistakes in the past, and I'm telling you, it's not cool when LinkedIn gates you or puts you behind slow you down and blacklist you. It ain't fun. But here's what I would tell you to do when it comes to engagement. I have a list of individuals. What I would recommend when you build that list, find people who are posting on LinkedIn. This is LinkedIn's going to give you this in Sales Navigator, people who have posted in the past 30 days. All of those individuals are fair game for you to go and engage with their content, whether they reposted something or they shared something. If somebody reposted some jobs that the company have and say it's a CFO, what I might do is comment on that post, be like, maybe I tag one of my friends who's in finance, or I might say, hey, at that person, Dave, who's did the post. Dave, thanks for sharing this post. I'm gonna share with some people in my network because obviously I work in the finance world. Maybe some people, I'm gonna share this to my network, so add some visibility to my network so it can grab some attention. But all I'm doing is something that Dave posted that his company's trying to do, is trying to grab attention. And all I'm going to do at this point is just to comment on it to help give some visibility. Even if I don't get Dave anyone to apply for the job, the fact is I grabbed his attention because that's something that matters to him right now. And that's where, I feel that people make a mistake when it comes to LinkedIn. It's usually about me, what I want, but what is that person trying to do? And that's why I talked about building the list based on the individual roles, because those CFOs, those COOs, those CEOs all have different things relative to their role. What is the CEO trying to do? Trying to generate more money for the organization. The CFO is trying to save money for the organization. The COO is trying to increase operations and output for the organization. If you look at it in this sense, you're focusing on what they want. And if you give them what they want, you're going to separate yourself night and day. I promise you, from most other salespeople, because they're going out there with what can I get? And you're going out there, what can I help you with? So again, even if I'm not in a recruiting space, but if I'm selling a QuickBooks software, and dude is trying to get somebody for a job, you best believe I'm going to do that in goodwill, in good faith. Not even an idea that he does business with me, but I'm trying to make sure I get engagement. But also, if I can bring good to him as well and help my network, again, money in the bank for both of us. We're going to help people to succeed. So that's where I wanted you to understand. The first thing, again, step one, is I want you to position yourself right. Step two, I want you to make sure that when you have positioned yourself and you have the right information, I want you to right information in your profile. I want you to start targeting the right people, because now Mr. CFO is going to go look at my profile and he's going to say, dang, this man helps people when it comes to read my headline. We help SMBs with streamlining their software with their accounting without spending a fortune. CFO is going to like that messaging. CEO is going to like that messaging, and COO is going to like that messaging. So then they look at my headline and they see the stuff. They look at my story and they see a video about what I posted about, filing for taxes, or maybe a video about how to streamline operations. Nothing about my QuickBooks type software, but I'm just educating. Dude's going to have some interest, but maybe he's not ready to buy anything or in market yet. But what's going to happen is that when I do my outreach, I've just became memorable. And he already had the disco light already because he saw that information on my profile, that discovery light. And then when I send that email, come on, man, I'm in like Flint. I haven't just talked about the messaging yet. And I'm not going to give you everything. I gave you 3. And that third step I mentioned there, after you build a list, is make sure you get engagement. Start engaging on those profiles, the posts that they're doing. Start commenting, and thoughtful comments. Not, again, if somebody posted something, I'm excited for my new job, don't say congratulations. Maybe you say something intriguing, like just read up on the company. It's done some amazing stuff. Congratulations on this. Sounds like, you're the perfect person for this job. Can't wait to hear about all the success that you do. Out of curiosity, what's your first order of business? I'm going to read that because it's more than 2 lines. And I'm going to say, who is this person? What are they writing? And I want to check them out. They're going to go to my profile, have mini disco, and then they're going to obviously start that engagement. Thanks, Donald. I appreciate it. My first order of business is blankety blank, as whatever. This is a CFO saying this stuff. But now all I'm going to do is utilize that in my conversation and when I do my outreach to him. The point here is, do engagement first before you actually start pitching people. And I promise you, they'll tell you how to sell to them. Next episode, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. We're going to go into 3 more steps. So you got the first 3. I'm going to give you some more. So you got an idea here. And the action step that I want you to do right now is the simple. I even wrote it down for you. 1, your homework. I want you to write update your headline profile. If you don't have a banner for your LinkedIn banner, that's probably the first one. Just get a banner, put a banner up there, and put what you do, and then also put something in your headline. Number two, I want you to change out that picture from that cringy wedding photo. Like, you don't need to crop people out anymore. This is 2025. You got some $1,000 camera in your pocket. Use that and take a nice picture. Your about me section, I want you to write about me section about what you solve for your prospect, not about what your company does. And do that, and it's going to make it easy. And then I want you to build a list of just 20 prospects that you're going to go after. Build them. If you don't have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, use mine, my link, and you can get 2 months free. And over the next 2 episodes, you'll get some ideas that can help you out. If you want to get more details about my LinkedIn prospecting course, you can find more details on the salesevangelist.com/LinkedIn, the salesevangelist.com/LinkedIn. Listen, I want you to thrive. You don't have to do my course to get some results. You can do these things. I want you to be able to have success. I want you to build better pipeline, because I didn't have people that could help me out when I first started off like this. And I give all this value away because it works, it's helped me, and I want to help you. Most importantly, I want you to raise your level of thinking. I want you to go out and do big things. Stay tuned for Monday when I drop 3 more tips that's going to help you when it comes to your LinkedIn profile. See you on the next one.